All right, home service pros, welcome to the Battle Plan Marketing Podcast, episode number 152. This is actually take two. We went about 15 minutes without hitting record, I'm embarrassed to say. And we have two awesome guests on the show, Michelle Myers, Angie Snell from the CSR Academy to help your booking rate. Super important. Let's dive right in. Ladies, welcome to the show. My apologies for not hitting record earlier.
All good. We can do it again. We're so excited to be here.
Yeah, better the second time.
I told you I was the world's worst podcast host. You didn't believe me. All right. So, ladies, tell us what you do, who you do it for, where you do it.
Go ahead, Angie. You start first again, please.
Well, switch off. There you go.
We are so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us. My name's Angie Snell. This is Michelle Myers. We are from the CSR Academy. And we have a third partner in crime here, Erica Lenore, who's also been a guest on your podcast.
Awesome.
And together, we three are instructors for the CSR Academy. And we have come together to bring a lot of our strengths and background and experience in coaching and building and equipping CSRs together to create a community for CSRs where they can come together and learn and have quick access to tools, resources, tips, training that they need to help them be amazing in their job. And we are so excited because we have our first event kicking off this November in Las Vegas, a CSR Academy Live, where all three of us will be training and teaching and really hands-on with CSRs. This is kind of an exclusive event. There is limited seating because we will be very hands-on. We are building a lot of things with your CSR so they can come back to your company ready and equipped to really take off and feel empowered and help book more calls.
I love it. I love it. Nothing more important than the CSR. Well, everybody in the company is important, right. Equally important, although some of us think we're more important than others. But the CSR is the driving force, right? They are the voice of the company. They are the ones who are going to book actual prospects into customers on your calendar. Nothing more important than the company, in my humble opinion. So awesome. So the event in Las Vegas is live and in person. How do people register for that, ladies?
People can jump on our website, the CSRacademy.com, and the landing page is all about the event. So it's going to give you just early access. And as we get closer to the event, we will drip more information about the event. We've already built out the agenda and we've got that getting fine-tuned right now. And the space is all taken care of. And we're excited to host you in Las Vegas. So for CSRs that may not be able to travel very often or haven't been able to go to some of the larger trade shows, or maybe their boss hasn't been able to let them go somewhere, this is going to be an awesome opportunity to meet with other CSRs, get that training and support that you're looking for, build a community of people all over the nation that you can actually touch base with regularly. And that's what we're really excited about. So being together and kind of launching this first one is really thrilling for Angie and Erica and myself.
I like it. And specializing in the home service industry. Yes, ladies?
Yeah, absolutely.
And is that your background? Are you coming out of the home service CSR world, or let's speak to the background a little bit?
Yeah, we are. I am for sure. It's nice that before we started recording, we were talking about how people outsource their bookkeeping or their marketing. A lot of these other services that a home service business requires, it's so natural for them to outsource that. But my main company that I work for every day is called Pink Collars, and we outsource CSRs and dispatchers and call center managers, office managers for your home service business. And they come fully loaded with training and support and coverage and all the things that you may not have time to give them. So that's Pink Collars, and that's what keeps me busy most of the time during the day.
Nice. Is there an online portal and online training as well besides the in-person training if people can't make it to Vegas, ladies?
For CSR Academy, we will be finding out after we do our in-person. So we're going to see if we can launch those videos. We want to do this first in-person event and make it really, really good. So we don't want to promise anything online quite yet, but we will keep you posted. We do have an awesome Facebook page and Facebook group also called the CSR Academy. So we would encourage people to jump in there. They'll learn
Nice.
all the things that are going on, and they'll be kind of on the early adoption scene there in those groups. So check us out there.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
drop some
sweet.
freebies in there too, some
Oh,
fun
yeah.
scripts and things for your office that I think will be really helpful. So lots of benefits just being in the group.
Sweet, sweet. You were talking about tools to do the job properly earlier.
Mhm.
So can you mention a few of those that people are using to their improve their booking rates?
I can jump on that one. I love
Oh,
tools. That's my jam. I'm a big systems and process person, and I love utilizing tools to empower the CSR. Remember, when that phone rings, I mean, the first thing is brain and eyes, mouth, ears, hands, heart, everything is fully engaged in that phone call when the customer calls your business. And so, to support the CSR in a way that makes sense, while all of those senses are already engaged in the phone call and they're connecting to that homeowner, we really want to make those accessible to them and easy to see and find. And so, if you come to the CSR Academy event in person, we're going to teach you how to build a digital representation of all the information that you need in an effort to, I don't know, dare I say, clone yourself, in an effort to scale yourself. And so that's going to be really cool because that often can be a place where people bump their head in their customer service. If they do need to scale, it can be awfully painful to bring in a new individual. Somebody in the business has always got all that great collateral material in their head. And if they quit or get sick or have a baby or something happens in their life and they walk out with all that information, how can we as business owners sort of build against that reality? Because they may leave. I mean, that's just a reality of what we do as business owners. And so we're going to build something in the academy that's going to keep that from being as painful as it can be.
Nice, nice. So you're helping them develop systems, SOPs, get it in writing, A to Z,
Yep.
taking impact or input from the CSRs themselves, helping them create that. Yes?
Yep, absolutely. How to download all that incredible information that they already have and
Yeah,
put it in a place where it can be scalable and
yeah,
repeatable.
yeah. Now let's talk about why training CSRs are so important. So, as Angie had said earlier, now I'm mixing up in my old brain what was before the recording and what was after. But we were talking about booking rates being, in the 30 and 40%, right?
yeah.
And then when you're done with training, we're getting in 70, 80, 90. So can you speak to the booking rates that you're encountering and how you help them grow that?
Yeah, absolutely. We were speaking earlier a little bit about how at one point it was very hard to measure booking rates. We just didn't have sophisticated enough software to do that. And since I have been on Service Titan, which is my full time job right now, it's been so much easier to track booking rates. The calls are recorded. It's easier to go back and listen to calls and find out why calls were not
Right.
booked. We have so much more technology now to help us really improve the call experience, improve what CSRs are doing because we can listen to those calls, we can track and measure their performance. Now we have AI to help us do a lot of that as well. So there's so many tools available. Um, a couple years ago, we were pulling some data at Service Titan just to get a good idea of where the booking rates were. And we were really surprised to see 42% was the booking rate. Now, this was a number that shocked me because at my company, uh, I'm the owner. And so I know how much money I'm spending on marketing. I know what I'm putting out there, and I want to optimize every single marketing dollar, stretch it as far as I can. So I know the more calls that I can book without having to spend more money, the better. And if I can provide an amazing experience where my customers are now referring us and we're getting referrals that don't cost me any money, that makes it even better. So now I'm really compounding my marketing dollar with providing a great experience. So that was something I really focused on so I could keep my marketing budget low, provide a great customer experience, have very high booking rates, now get referrals. It's just it was a machine, and we were constantly over 90% booking rates. And so it was something that was really important to me. And when other companies saw this, they were like, Angie, teach us how you're doing it. What are you doing? And it came down to, um, we talk about scripts a lot in CSR world, right? What scripts work. But for me, it's more than a script. It's a process of building trust with your customer, a process of asking the right questions. What information are you gathering? Because once you know more about the situation, you can get the right technician on the call that can really optimize and maximize that call, convert it into a lead if possible. So it's gathering that information so that the rest of your team can work its magic. And by building that experience using the right words, a level of psychology, if you will, with word choice, building value on the call. There are so many things we can teach CSRs to do to really impress that customer, provide an amazing experience, and really, be a great representative of the company. We have, as business owners, we are hiring someone to represent our company. And if we're not pouring into them, what is going out of their mouth? Like, how are they representing your brand, your name, your company? As a business owner, this is somewhere I invested heavily in. That was my main focus. And now it's something I focus on as Service Titan as well. And I'm excited to come with Erica and Michelle and really bring all of our background and experience to just pour into these CSRs. I can't wait.
That was beautifully said, Angie. And you rippled out to all the benefits, the ways in which training CSR affects your company, right? So, and you're sharing Service Titan, like, broad spectrum data there, right? Across thousands of home service companies, I imagine, maybe tens of thousands, right? So booking rates in the 40s, right? If you can make it 80, what did you do? You just doubled your business.
Exactly.
Right?
Without spending more money in marketing.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this stupid booking rate, but you took it further, right? So yeah, it's way more than that. And I loved how Michelle had talked about when they're speaking, to speak with their whole body, their whole energy, right? Which will come from culture as well, right? The culture of the company. But even without that, you showed how it rippled through to, great customer experience on the phone, knowledgeable to, what that job is and align it with the proper tech, on and on, referrals, reviews, case studies. So on, it really ripples out to your whole company. And yet as business owners, we do tend to ignore our CSR, and shame on us.
Yeah. It's hard to see that. I look back to when I bought my business and I was the de facto. I was just, you're going to be the CSR because it's me and you. We got 4 techs, so I need you to answer the phone. And oh my gosh, if I would have had someone to hold my hand from day one, walk me through this, set up a system, like Michelle said, with the tools, some guidelines, some best practices, some things like that, I would have felt so much more confident. And I feel like I could have grown my company a lot faster.
Yeah.
I was just learning by mistake after mistake and trying to figure it out on my own. And so to have a mentor and some guidance would have been game changing for me. And I know that this can help a lot of companies, especially if you are smaller like that, because who is there to hold your hand and help you through that or give you that guidance?
Yeah, we all need that growth. I heard a line, what is it? You can only grow your business as big as you're willing to grow, or as much as you're willing to grow, right? And we all have our, things we're really good at and things we're really bad at. And we talked about that earlier, hiring out that which we're not good at, right? And don't look at your CSR as just somebody answering the phone. They are the point contact for your customer. Everything's going to depend on them. And then your tech, right? Same thing. That's the friendliness, the knowledgeable, the cleanliness, all this good stuff. So ladies, want to give away 1 or 2 secret sauces for training? What's the one thing that any home service company could do very easily to help their CSRs be a little bit better? Or more effective, instead of saying better? Sorry.
I can maybe add one. I would love for CSRs to understand the power of follow-up. I think we all miss follow-up. Sometimes follow-up feels like we're pestering people or we're bothering, but honestly, as a CSR, if you have any ability to either add text follow-up or email follow-up or AI follow-up or phone call follow-up, whatever they are, some type of follow-up in the business that you're supporting is so massive. They're saying now that the consumer has so much noise in their life that it takes 7 to 10 touches. That's up what it used to be. It used to be 5 to 7, and now
Right.
it's 7 to 10. So it means that if your technician has gone out there and looked at a piece of work and didn't really close it, maybe just got the diagnostic fee and came back, how can you find those customers in your database and nurture those again or rehash them again? I know Service Titan has some great tools for that, but
Right.
if you're not, or you're using a different type of software, there's really great ways that you can pull lists out by date and just continue talking to those customers. It's really an incredibly easy and low hanging fruit for your business that you're supporting.
Yeah, excellent, excellent advice, Michelle. Follow up. So, two different kinds of follow ups there, right? So, your lead comes in and you don't book it yet,
Yeah.
or you haven't contacted them yet, you missed a call or whatever. So, follow up to that group of people. And then you're right, follow up to unsold estimates.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Service Titan or other software exactly for that. Service Titan has an excellent postcard unsold estimates drip campaign. I believe they have a text campaign pre-built in there also as well. So yeah, automate whatever you can. Automate that follow-up if you can, right?
Anything.
Yeah, that's key. So lead capture, lead booking, and that follow-up. Boy, if you just did the two, increase double your booking rate and start following up. Watch your business grow without spending another dime on ads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where we all want to get to, right? Referrals. We all want that word of mouth business. Oh, I don't spend a dime on marketing. I just provide customer service. But that doesn't happen for years, right? It takes maybe a decade or more to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, ladies, what are we going to learn in Vegas?
Ooh.
Well, go ahead, Michelle.
I've got a little bit of a sneak peek, but we can't do
Okay.
everything. We can't give away everything. Come on.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to squeeze. Yeah. Give me the agenda. What's the agenda?
The overall agenda is, and I think if we just zoom out a little bit, I think the really fun part about this get together and this gathering is that you're going to speak and hear and talk to Angie directly. You're going to speak and hear from Erica directly and me directly. And then you're going to have access to us. And so in each of our different ways, in each of our lanes of life, right, we're all really cool and good at something. And so you're going to resonate with one or two or all three of us.
Nice.
And that's going to be super powerful. There's nothing worse than sitting in a breakout session. And the minute you sit down, you're like, oh, this is a total snooze. Well, that won't happen because it's going to be mix and mingle. And so we're going to all really take this event and each break it out into small chunks. And I think the other cool part is that we're going to do hands-on doing. It's not just about sitting there and consuming materials. It's about actually building things so you have a sense of accomplishment when you go home back to the office that you're supporting. That's my favorite part. So it is laptop required, no information from the business. You have to be fully focused. And so we're basically going to pull you out of the company for those 2 days. And we think it's really beneficial for you to focus and build so that when you bring things back, you can actually just implement them as soon as you arrive. And that's
Nice.
always another problem of going to these awesome trade shows or listening to speakers is that you get all these great ideas, but then you don't have the time to actually do it. And we're going to give you that time, which I think is really instrumental and why this event is so different.
Nice. Congrats. Yeah. I'm excited for you.
Thanks.
Do you have, are there group rates? Like if I have 10 CSRs or something like that, and I want to send half of them.
I'm sure we could find some way to do that. Yeah. We haven't had that question yet.
Right.
But right now we haven't announced the pricing quite yet. So everything right now is just early access. Just get more information, get on our mailing list, and we're going to start really talking to people in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Again, the event's in November, so we got a little bit of time, before we get actually started. And I don't know about you, but business owners sometimes wait till the last minute. I know that seems completely foreign to you, but in what we see out there, they often go, "Oh, that's next week. I guess I better get that person to that event."
I got time. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll expect a few of those folks to come flying in at the last minute, but we really know that we're going to sell out. We're going to have a great crowd, and this is going to be an incredible way for CSRs to not feel so isolated or different in the business that they support. So that's exciting.
And we really
like that.
pick a location that was affordable to travel to. I know that you can get decent flights and hotel rates in Las Vegas. So that's really why we selected that location. We wanted to make it as affordable as we could for these companies. And if I could offer one more just piece of advice is if you have an office manager or a call center manager, someone that manages these CSRs and processes and systems, it would be really effective to send them to this event as well, because they're going to come back with a whole way to run your call center so much more effectively, onboard new CSRs, train new CSRs. It's going to be built out for them. So it's just really going to be something special. And I think that's why we're so excited about it. Is I don't think there's anything quite like it out there in the industry right now.
Nice. Well, it's desperately needed, ladies. So I'm wishing you both luck, all three of you. And I'm sure you have a great event and share a lot. It sounds like you got the A to Z all dialed in. I got to bring my laptop. We're going to be doing some hands-on and some tools and creating systems and SOPs. Super excited for you. And again, you solve a very big problem out there. I don't think we generally realize what happens. Angie, at the end, you've trained a few companies and they see that difference. What are some of the remarks you get afterwards that, oh my God, you took my rate from 40 to even 60, 65? That is a big difference if you're spending 5 figures on ads every month or something like that.
I mean, the return on investment is huge from a money standpoint, but when you think about the potential in your company to grow a team, I remember working with a company, probably 4 or 5 years ago. The owner called me up and he said, I just hired a brand new CSR. My other CSR quit. She knows nothing. I need you to train her. And it was me and her one-on-one, 6 weeks. I spent an hour with her a week for 6 weeks, just teaching her the process one step at a time. And we stumbled through it. We grew, but she grew. She excelled as a CSR. She started hiring additional CSRs and training them. And pretty soon they had a call center and she advanced to the call center manager. Today, she's their service manager.
Nice.
She started as a CSR with 0 experience. Now she's a service manager. Their team is, they're also a Service Titan customer. So they've incorporated a lot of these systems and automations, Dispatch Pro, a lot of these things that can automate. Their company is one of the most profitable and quick growing companies I've ever seen. And it's crazy because when I talked to him about it, he's like, it all started when you helped this CSR. I would not be where I am today if you didn't spend that time with that CSR. And the investment he spent for me, 6 weeks of coaching, was like nothing compared to the return on investment he's seeing now. So you never know what just training one CSR can do for your company.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned it before too, and how much it ripples out to everything, right? Not just that booking rate and sales, but your reputation, how you're viewed in the community, customer relations, all that good stuff. And again, for the business owners out there, instead of sinking thousands of dollars more into ads, which you're going to be leaking leads, for the plumbers out there, you're leaking leads. Everybody is leaking leads. We all are, right? So plug those holes. Instead of throwing more money at ads for more leads, throw the money at training and take the traffic you have and turn it into more jobs. Ladies, I'm a big fan. I endorse and wholeheartedly wish you ladies luck in the launch. And so tell us again one more time how people can reach you and how they can register for this show. in the training, not a show. I called it a show. I'm sorry. Training.
It will be a show.
You can go to the CSRacademy.com. Really simple. That landing page is going to have all of the most recent information on the event, on our Facebook group community that we're building. And so anything that you need to know is going to be on that landing page. And every day we're just adding more information as we get closer to that event. So that's where you can find us.
Nice, Michelle. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate both you ladies. Good luck out there. And to all the listeners, give it a shot. Go take a look at CSR Academy. The money well spent in training key people in your company. Ladies, have an awesome day.
Thank you.
Thank you.